In this video, we're going to explore BCC Pan and Zoom, which automatically allows us to animate stills in our Avid sequences. So I'm here in the 8B Pan and Zoom sequence, and I have a still clip which happens to be 10 seconds long. In the effect palette, under the BCC perspective category, here is BCC Pan and Zoom, and I am applying this to a matte graphic. So I want to hold down the Option or Alt key on a PC to make sure that I nest the effect. Let's take a look at this full frame first. So I'll just press Shift Command F. We can see that we hold for a few seconds on the image, then ease in, and are scaling now at a constant speed just until the very end where we ease out and then come to a hold at the end. Let me click in the middle of the screen in order to exit. And you should know that I'm viewing this at half resolution. So in fact, I'll just turn this up to full resolution so we can see some detail as we move forward. Let's move the playhead to the beginning of this animation, reveal the effect mode, and see some of the most important properties, which is going to be underneath the animation section. Before we jump into the animation properties, just underneath that here is an activation for preview mode. This is going to bring up a bunch of overlays, including being able to see the motion path from your first position to your second position. And if I press play here in the record monitor, you'll be able to notice a preview of that animation in the top right-hand corner and information on the source as well as the sample. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the timeline and disable preview mode. Just note that there is a video on our website that goes over this in more detail. So I'll reveal that, and automatically we see hold start and hold end. If I set hold start to 0 and hold end to 0 and play back this animation in the record monitor, there's no part in this movement where the image is static. It eases into a constant speed and then eases out. So it's in constant motion throughout the entire thing. Now, right now, the ease in and ease out value are set to, so it slowly gets to its constant speed and then slowly backs out of that constant speed. We could reverse this with an ease in and ease out negative number. And in fact, what I'll do is just preview the ease curve so you can see this. Here at the beginning represents the ease in, then to the constant speed. And then you can see as we get towards the end of the animation, it eases out. If I click to select the ease in property and set this to negative, so I'll make this negative 33, and then click on the ease out, I want you to see how the curve changes. We enter into the animation faster, then end up at a constant speed, and then exit the animation faster. So it's going to be faster at the beginning and end, going to a constant speed. And to see this, I'll just turn off the preview. I'm going to press Shift Command F. So you can see that fast motion at the very beginning, now to the regular constant speed. As we approach the end, it ramps up in terms of its speed. I'll just make the ease in and ease out values 33. Let's close out the animation section and head to transform. And this is how we control where we zoom in onto this image. Right now, we start at the center of our image and continue to travel to the center of our image. But as you can see, it might be more advantageous to travel towards one of the volcano flames. So I'll reveal the position B values and play with the X point. You'll see that now we have two on-screen controls. This one represents position A, so where we start from, and this is position B, where we're traveling to. I'm just going to move this over even more so that slowly over time during this animation, we start to push in to the center of focus that we want in our image. So start from the center and slowly pan our way over here to the left-hand side of the major eruption. In addition to just changing position, we also have options for changing scale. So right now I'm scaling into my image up to 300%. I'm going to bring that down to 200 so we don't move in as aggressively on our image. And we also have control for rotation. Right now this is just on the Z axis, but if I zero out these values and actually enable 3D just underneath the animation properties, two more properties come over the A and the B values. So that is spin and tumble. So if you wanted to, we could have some rotation happen or occur in 3D space over time with our photo like you see here. Now, good practice, let me just zero out these values for both spin and tumble and remove pan and zoom from my still image. Keep in mind that we can always create a new track. And if you happen to have a lot of stills on your V1 track, you could add some add edits to your filler track, V2 in this case, and then place pan and zoom in multiple areas so that you have these automatic animations happening on your still images. So in this case, I'll just apply pan and zoom to the V2 filler track, and you'll notice there that we have the default options of the 33 E's, as well as the holds happening at the beginning and end of the animation. So that's how you can work with pan and zoom inside of Avid Media Composer using BorisFX Continuum.